Mortal Kombat, despite being a terrible game, has turned out to be the perfect canvas for some of the most unhinged mods such as
Get over here! Oh, Go-Go Gadget Rope Blade!
In fact, modder Toasted Shoes has created an amazing set of mods that almost fixes the game from being the crappy cash grab that it currently is.
Is it tearing her arms off?
Oh boy, we're gonna have a blast today.
Welcome to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week.
This week, we'll be covering the reinstatement of Billy Mitchell's world record, the trademark battle between Rockstar and Remedy, the Palworld drama, and much more. So if that sounds interesting to you, subscribe to the channel and leave a like.
The Rockstar battle is very stupid. Palworld has come out and is very quickly becoming one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling early access game to date, selling over 4 million copies in the first 3 days of its release.
In fact, the game boasts the highest concurrent player count of any paid game in the history of Steam. The game is so good that Ellie was even peeping it from time to time.
Don't expect me to play it anytime soon because I've got Baldur's Gate 3 and Monster Hunter, so yeah.
Anyway, while many people are enjoying the game, there are many fun police on Twitter who have been screeching at the game for various reasons.
First things first is that many people believe Palworld to be blatantly ripping off Pokemon, arguing that many different pals use different parts of Pokemon to make up their characters.
Which I just wanted to interject and remind everyone of Diplin. Remember Diplin? Remember how it was a fake mon that Nintendo just stole with no credit whatsoever? Yeah. Okay, you can continue, babe.
When that didn't stop the overwhelming support the game received, attention turned to the company's support of AI art. Many focus on the previous game that the company developed called AI Art Imposter, which is a multiplayer game that almost exclusively utilized a third-party AI art generation tool for its core mechanic.
And when that was discovered, naysayers also found that the Pocket Pair's CEO vehemently supports AI art, finding an old tweet where he used AI generation to create Fakemon, stating that it was hard to discern which one, the Fakemon or the Pokemon, were real.
Despite all that information coming to surface, Steam's TOS also requires all companies to disclose any AI usage in the game, and so far it doesn't seem like Palworld has used any.
So in short, Palworld is really fun, really popular, and hoes mad. But what did you guys think? Did the use of AI art in other games stop you from buying the game?
Actually, an update regarding Palworld, it just hit 5 million sales in 3 days, and for comparison, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Nintendo's best-selling Pokemon game, which is sad, so 10 million copies in 3 days.
In fact, in some sort of wise move, Nintendo of America tweeted this out, talking about things you missed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which Nintendo no one would have missed them if the game didn't run at 10 frames per second. But I digress. Twitter let them have it in the comments.
And you know what? We're gonna let them have it too.
Now, we've covered this before, but Nintendo has constantly been abusing their fans by stealing fan content and using it in mainline games as either promotional material, as was apparent in their trailer for Pokemon SV's DLC, Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, where they stole a song from ND Music and, when caught, quickly removed the trailer and re-uploaded it with a new song, never even apologizing.
Or they use fan content as inspiration for new Pokemon, as is apparent here, 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 and here. So yeah, eat it, Nintendo fans.
Do you remember that Suicide Squad game with the 6 different types of microtransaction? The very same Suicide Squad game that every early access player had stated was an absolutely boring game? Yeah, it's basically killed Rocksteady.
Well, kind of. The founders of Rocksteady have announced that they've started a new studio named 100 Star Games. They describe themselves as a AAA game studio that will employ only 100 industry veterans and emerging talents, which sounds more like they're shooting themselves in the foot, but okay.
I mean, Pocket Pair only has like 10 developers. Anyway, of these 100 employees, it seems a good bunch of them will be ex-Rocksteady employees on the developer and executive level.
Fun fact, this is the second time this has happened to these two founders, so we'll see what happens.
In other R-word related news, Rockstar and Remedy had a trademark dispute over their logos, as Take-Two Interactive states that Remedy's R logo bears a striking resemblance to Rockstar's R logo.
Which is stupid, but this isn't the first time Take-Two has pulled stuff like this. Back in 2021, Take-Two Interactive also pulled the same thing with the game It Takes Two. Which, side note, before covering the story, I definitely thought Take-Two Interactive did make It Takes Two, so I guess that makes sense.
Fortunately, for Remedy at least, it seems that this dispute was settled between the two within a span of a few days, and a Remedy representative spoke to Eurogamer and confirmed that the trademark dispute is resolved and that there is nothing to see here. So, I guess that's good. Take-Two though.
It was just an R, guys. There are only so many ways you can make a certain letter look a different way.
Infamous arcade gamer, hot sauce salesman, and regular show guest star Billy Mitchell has been in a legal battle against the leaderboard website Twin Galaxies since 2019 for defamation and removal of his high score from the site.
If you don't know who Mitchell is, he's the first person verified to have achieved the perfect score in Pac-Man and later submitted world records for Donkey Kong to Twin Galaxies leaderboards. A movie was even made about his score called King of Kong.
But then prominent members of the Twin Galaxy forums noticed some visual artifacts and discrepancies in Mitchell's Donkey Kong video submissions, raising the alarm about the possibility of the arcade emulator MAME being used instead of actual hardware. And to skip a few details, Mitchell's scores were declared invalid and removed.
This is where the lawsuit started, and then any YouTuber who made a video regarding his supposed cheating was also sent a lawsuit. In short, he didn't do any favors for his image.
And neither did Twin Galaxies countersuit against him, accusing Mitchell of tarnishing their reputation. But after years of back and forth, the case has finally come to a close with the private settlement between the two.
Since it was a private settlement, the details are currently unknown, but part of it does seem to be the reinstatement of some of Mitchell's career records to the leaderboards.
Whether or not they're verified scores is unknown at this time, but what is known as a potential answer for the visual artifacts that started this whole mess. The old board and components of the Donkey Kong cabinet have been aging at different rates, and thus have the potential to produce anomalies in picture and operation. It was this possibility that shifted the case into a settlement.
On a related note, and this is a personal recommendation from our editor, King of Kong is pretty fun, so give it a watch.
Remember Atari, the company that's not even the original Atari, the company with a brand recognition fetish, the company that hopes you don't remember the franchises they've ruined, like Roller Coaster Tycoon?
What the f*** is this piece of shit?
Yeah, that Atari, guess what? They're still around.
This week, it was found that Atari had filed for a trademark for the word rogue, possibly in an attempt to remake the classic game Rogue that all roguelikes are based on.
Unfortunately, this is a bad thing, due to a favorite company of ours, Blizzard. Back when WoW Cataclysm was released in 2010, Blizzard, through a history of mergers, gained the trademark for the word Cataclysm, which resulted in the entire games industry having to rename existing products or avoid the word altogether. For instance, the game Homeworld Cataclysm became Homeworld Emergence when it was re-released in 2017, regardless of the name that it had for its original release in 2000. That's weird to say, just 2000. Anyway.
So by owning the trademark, Blizzard effectively got competitive advantage on game titles. And not just brand names, subtitles too. And there lies the problem, because Rogue is a lot more common of a word than Cataclysm.
Let's list them. Rogue Squadron, Rogue Trader, Rogue Ops, Rogue Galaxy, Rogue Legacy, Rogue Archetypes in games, Rogues from X-Men. The entire genre of roguelikes.
Imagine being sued for calling your game a roguelike. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has been released, and while many fans of the series are happy, it seems like a lot of them are also disappointed. One of the series' primary features, a new game plus, is now being locked behind a paywall.
Way back in September 2023, fans noticed that the deluxe version of Infinite Wealth, which costs $20 more than the base version, includes a new game plus mode which has been a staple of the Yakuza games since 2005.
And as typical for any fandom, they voiced their concerns over Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, with one fan on Reddit posting a screen cap of their exchange with Sega support, with the reply of New Game Plus only being included in the Master Vacation package of the deluxe version.
Unfortunately, a similar situation happened back in 2021 when fans noticed that Yakuza Like a Dragon was going to have a paid New Game Plus. But that was shuttered and done away with, at least for the Western release of the game, while unfortunately Japanese fans were subject to a paid New Game Plus DLC option. Not that it seemed like anyone cared.
From a write-up in PC Gamer to curious American voice actor and YouTuber Young A, many have voiced their disappointment at Sega and RGG Studios. And honestly, they should, because it's kinda shitty what they're doing.
Hell, even Hideki Kamiya flew in their hat and said Sega may be the only company that forces people to pay for a lap. If you want to hopefully change this, many fans are writing in and asking Sega to reverse this decision in the hopes that New Game Plus gets added to the base game, and will continue to be offered in future base games rather than setting a negative precedence, selling it for like $20.
Then again, this is the same company that hired XQC to do a preview of the game live.
Oh wait, what about the games? Oh, because the full game is not out.
Someone who's not only ripped on the game series in the past, but during the sponsored stream was surprised that it was a turn-based game.
I'm gonna try it again. Come on, do it. Come on, buddy.
Here are the games that are coming out this week. I don't care about them because I'm playing Palworld.
And here's our schedule for this week. I'll be playing Class of 09 with a friend Dogmeat. Booster will be playing more Scoring, and we'll be doing another Warhammer stream.
And that's it for this week's Necro News. If you like what we do here and want to keep up to date, consider subscribing to the channel.
And if you made it this far into the video, we appreciate it so much, and a very special thank you to all our channel members as well. If you like our content and want to support us even more, consider joining.
That's all we have this week, so until next time, everyone.
Goodbye.